All right, ladies and gents, hello and welcome back from the MLG offices here in New York City. Axel Toss here. We're about to jump into a match here. It's going to be SWS versus Tassadar. I was able to track that down. Thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out. Hope you're having a great Friday night, a great day, a great week. I hope you continue to have great days and great weeks in the future. Of course, if you're looking for more StarCraft 2 programming, right after this program ends, we'll be running a rebroadcast of WCS America. And then that will rebroadcast all day. I think Saturday is what the plan is. Me and Nick going to take a day off. And then Sunday, we have some awesome tournament action. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have something every single day that we're casting. So again, if you're looking for StarCraft 2, MajorLeagueGaming.com, look no further. And if you miss anything, all VODs will be up on YouTube, youtube.com/official MLGSE2. And of course, if you're ever, I'm always in the chat. So if you're ever looking for something to do, somewhere to go ahead on into the chat. It's a great place to be, even if there's no games going on, stuff like that. Also, comment on YouTube stuff. We've been doing comments of the day where we pick the best comments on YouTube videos, and if we think they're awesome comments, we will feature you on stream. So again, head on over to youtube.com/official MLGSE2 and get some comments going. Nick is back. He got a Subway sandwich. How was your walk? How's the weather out there?
Weather's great.
Is it good?
Yeah, I'm thinking late night. Should walk down to Dell, man.
Yeah.
Wait,
is it? I don't even.
I think that
Yeah.
I think it might not be running.
Maybe just walk home.
Just walk all the way home.
Or just sleep here. Wait, we don't. We're
It's
off
only
tomorrow.
like 7 miles.
Yeah. We could do that bike thing.
City bike?
Yeah.
There's no stops near where we live.
Oh. Taxi? Maybe.
That's too expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. We should open a window.
You know what we should do? We should hitchhike home. Actually, it's really hard to hitchhike in New York City.
There's those yellow things that'll take you anywhere.
You know what's funny?
What's up?
I was in, I have a hitchhiking story real quick. Wait, do we have a game? That's part
Yes,
of your
right there.
number one. Right
Don't
there?
worry. Oh, go back.
Go back. This right here?
Yep.
All right.
SWS versus Tassadar.
Oh, awesome.
He's ready. I think he's, yeah. Or game 1, not game 2. Yeah. Cool. So, yeah.
All right. Let me tell my story.
Yes. Go ahead.
Guys, we would love to put on a game for you guys.
Right.
And it's hosting right now, but bear with me for 90 seconds to 2 minutes, however long the game takes to get up.
Sure.
So I did mock trial through college.
Mock trial.
I was actually one of the founding members of the UC Santa Cruz mock trial team.
So what does that involve? It's a mock trial, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to.
That's all.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Anyway, so that was wait, should we do this game? Okay, never mind. Doing this.
Yeah.
So anyways,
mock trial.
we all we were in the National Silver League Championship or whatever.
Okay.
Somehow
big deal.
we never had a coach, and we actually didn't even know what we were doing, but we somehow made the national championship.
Well
thing.
played. Well done.
It was in Chicago, Illinois. It was in Waukegan, 20 miles north of Chicago.
Okay.
So the rest of the team gets in at the airplanes all land at 9 p.m. and mine lands at 10 p.m.
Why later? Why later? Just the luck of the draw. Okay. So
yeah.
you get to the airport, and you have to, your teammates already went.
Yeah, they already took a shuttle. They told me they would wait for me. We'd all take a shuttle together.
Okay.
And then they didn't.
Okay.
And then
so
I'm like, a
what do I do?
20-mile cab is gonna be $100, right?
A lot of money.
Yeah. So I'm just
Well,
gonna
you weren't
hitchhike.
making all the caster money back then.
Yeah. now I would do it. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do it now either. So anyway, I'm just gonna walk there, right?
Right. That's a long way.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So I walked for about 3 hours. It's now 1 or 2 a.m.
You walked for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And I realized I've gone about maybe 8 miles or something like that, maybe 9 miles, whatever.
Not bad.
But I'm exhausted because it's like I was just on a plane ride, a long plane ride, and it's 2 a.m. now.
And then this really attractive girl pulls up.
I wish. No, so I start trying to hitchhike, and then
Okay.
the cops pick me up.
No. Oh.
And apparently I matched the description of some fugitive because I had a hoodie on it because it was freezing. This is Chicago,
Sure.
2 a.m. and yeah, it
Oh
was
my gosh.
freezing.
Dude, you be careful. Don't.
So the cops pulled me over.
Yeah.
But then they felt bad about hassling me because they asked me questions for 5-10 minutes
In
because
the
they thought I might have
cold.
robbed this.
Yeah.
And then they drove me most of the way there, and then it was a $10 cab ride. They drove me another 8 miles or something. It was just a couple miles down the road.
That's the scary. That's scary,
pretty
man.
cool.
I've never had the guts to try to hitch a lot. You actually held your thumb out.
Yep.
Wow.
It's hard to pick up cars that late though, especially if you're a a guy in like a hoodie.
What you should do is pretend to get hit, and then they'll feel bad, and then they'll just take you.
Maybe.
Right? So instead of throwing your thumb out, just put your body out there.
All right. So the game
here
we're
we
on
are
right now.
Yes.
SWS, one of the top Protoss players from the Americas,
Right.
against Tassadar from Neo Hosio, the top Protoss player from that Korean team. It should be a great matchup. We're in game 1 here.
Yeah. Tassadar actually took out some Titans of StarCraft 2 on his way here, I think.
He did. He did.
One of them was you.
Yes.
So.
The other one was from Clarity Gaming. Motok, I think is his name.
Motok.
Yeah.
Sure. And of course, SWS, a little bit of stuff around him. SWS is relatively he's relatively known. He's been in our tournaments in the past. Or where did we see him? SWS, was that the IEM? Was that the IEM qualifiers there? I think that's what that was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, in Friday's IEM qualifier, I beat him.
Ooh.
Then in Saturday, Sunday's IEM qualifier, he beat me. And then he actually went very far. I think it was 1 round short of qualifying. So.
Sure. So you know all about these two guys.
Yeah, they're both very good. They're both very aggressive players. Actually, that's not true. Sorry, SWS often goes for expansions. My mind was.
Right.
SWS is a very standard, like when you talk about top Grandmaster Protoss, one of the better players of the Americas. Very like just solid Protoss play.
Yeah.
That's SWS. Tassadar is like the crazy aggressive guy. Like he used to be the 4-gate king back in the day. In fact, there was a GSTL like 3 seasons ago. He ult killed a team. There were 3. It was like different races every matchup. He went 5-0 against the team, right?
Right.
4 getting ult 5 games in a row.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because this guy is like the king of
so,
like small
okay,
unit
I have a
micro.
question. Before this game gets too far on, we got a Stargate here from Tassadar. Both these guys staying on one base. SWS not necessarily revealing his tech just yet.
Yeah.
Now, if a Protoss player is trying to learn PvP or he's trying to learn PV anything, and they're trying to learn the 4-gate, would that be a build you recommend they used to learn in a sense?
Yeah, actually I would.
Okay.
It's a great way to kind of learn the basics of small unit micro.
Yep.
And to learn the importance of timing.
Right.
Because that's a build where 10 seconds here or there will like kill or make the build. And that's like one of the quintessential parts of Protoss is a race where timing is super, super, super important. So a 4-gate's one of the best builds to teach you just how important timing can be.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of thought out there that people would be like, oh, you don't want to learn that build because it's an all-in build. But it's one of those things I think that if you're really trying to get better at StarCraft 2, which I think a lot of our viewers might be, or you may be too intimidated to play.
Don't be scared of all-ins, man.
Yeah, use the same build over and over again. You'll be surprised by how much you actually learn by doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then it's just like reflex. And a lot of timings that are incorporated, like gateways finishing when the warp gate is done, like your pylons finishing in time for a warp gate, like having forward pylons across the map, like getting your scouting done, like making probes. A lot of that stuff comes naturally when you do these same builds over and over.
It's kind of like very scientific to do it that way, where you reduce the number of variables. If you do
Sure.
the same build every time, there's less variables, so you can more easily identify what's going wrong and fix what's going wrong.
So that's not what's happening here. It looks
No.
like Tassadar sending an Oracle to his opponent's main base. Photon overcharge immediately deployed. 2 probe kills before that Oracle is going to be ushered out. Blink is on the way here from SWS. So it's Blink versus Stargate in a pylon at the natural expansion, though. So he's going to know his opponent's on one base. And is Tassadar doing the same thing he did against you?
No, totally different. To me, he did like aggressive 4-gate Phoenix Zones. Now he's doing like an Oracle harass into kind of defensive Stargate gateway play. And I think Blink's going to work out okay against that. As long as SWS's defense is solid, he's in a position where he can probably expand right now. Or expand within, let's say, 30 seconds from now. And I don't know what Tassadar could do to stop the expansion, because Blink Stalkers against Stargate units plus Gateway units are going to be great defensively.
Sure.
And if Tassadar tries to expand, he can turn that into an aggressive Blink Stalker build, even though he expanded as well. I think he can still put pressure on. So I'm really liking SWS's position here, actually. I think he's...
Yeah. I like the decision to pylon block. That natural of Tassadar.
This shows his scouting isn't perfect, which of course it isn't, right? He doesn't know exactly what's going on, so he's getting the robo facility.
Right.
And that actually makes his build weaker at this point. He'd much rather put those resources into more Stalkers or the Nexus, but that's us saying that with perfect map vision, right?
Sure.
He's getting the robo because like a safety mechanism, kind of.
All right. So I want to do a little bit of backstory too. SWS is, I think he is American. So this is one of those American versus Korean type things. It's kind of a David versus Goliath story in a sense, where Tassadar, he's the Korean who's expected to go pretty far.
Yes.
SWS, maybe the up-and-comer. We're seeing his name here and around. So, like, who knows where SWS is going to go. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the guy so far, the progress he has made in tournaments. So look out for SWS moving forward. And so far, honestly, this is a pretty promising game against Tassadar. I'm liking the things I'm seeing, but anything can happen as this goes along.
Yes, it absolutely can here. I'm liking both their positions, honestly. Right now, it's a very even game. Tassadar is going to expand here. He's going to get Immortals as well. STBS expanding himself as well. So both players are going to be
both supply blocked at the exact same time, interestingly enough.
Yeah, they both went around and killed pylons from each other.
Yep.
The Stalker is here, and then, of course, there's a pylon at Tassadar's natural. Now, the one thing going for Tassadar is this Oracle was actually more successful than maybe it should have been. 6 kills already.
Wow.
It's popped in and out, and that's going to give him, you know, a worker lead of 5, which is pretty significant. I mean, it's like 5 if you have 60 versus 55 isn't a big deal, but 30 to 25 in the PvP, where you're both going to go very similar units, can actually make a big difference. So Tassadar has a great position here. He's trying to push out.
Oh, Stalkers go the wrong way. That's actually pretty important. Every single unit is so important in PvP, especially when you're going Blink Stalkers.
Oh, he's going to lose one.
Yep. And those two should be able to blink away.
But
so a little bit of a pathing issue there for SWS.
I'm curious, Tassadar's attack here. If SWS just gets a lot of Stalkers, oh, you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to, yeah, exactly. He's trying to pull SWS out of position, but Photon Overcharge is there to force that Oracle back.
That Oracle has already paid for himself, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But going in here with only single Immortal, if SWS is super on top of his micro with Blinks, I think he can pick this army apart.
Sure.
Like, maybe not on one engagement, but if he, like, keeps Blink microing, you know, very well.
He's still pretty scared, though, I think, right now. Well,
yeah.
He's
scared of the Oracle.
He's aware.
He's aware. The Oracle's going to come back in now. There's Photon Overcharge should go away fairly soon here.
Gosh.
This double prong attack is really good. SWS needs to leave like 2 Stalkers in the main. But I don't know if he's bold enough to do that. It's even 4.
Yeah, the thing is, the positioning of those Stalkers, they can kind of blink to help out with the fight if they want, but you never want to really blink into a fight. You want to use blink to get out.
Yeah,
but
ideally.
they can blink underneath the Oracle. But look at
there's
this.
5 Zealots, 2 Immortals now.
That's a lot of stuff here from Tassadar. Tassadar charging into the natural expansion here. Guardian Shield deployed on that sentry. The Stalker's trying to blink back here from SWS, but the Void Ray is doing a ridiculous amount of damage as well. I think the Oracle might try to sneak in as well during all this. Yes, he is. Getting some more probe kills, and Tassadar is just picking apart SWS right here, and I don't know if SWS, yeah, I think it might be too much.
It's absolutely dominant damage. Remember, there's no Photon Overcharge because it was used twice on the main Nexus to deter the Oracle. And it's a situation, yeah, I mean, this is it. It's too much from Tassadar. He had a better army to straight up fight. SWS has had the mobility advantage, but he never used that to keep Tassadar pinned in. And if you don't use that mobility advantage, this is what happens when Stalkers get stuck in a straight-up engagement against an army with Immortals in it, right?
Yep, you're absolutely right. And looks like a Void Ray coming into the main base here. You know, Tassadar,
I mean,
he's getting himself, like, the supply alone, 75 to 21.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty brutal here. The natural is getting knocked down as well. Tassadar's like, he's kind of haphazardly sending units everywhere, bleeding off a couple forces, but it doesn't matter. He's ahead by absolutely too much. There's a GG. Tassadar is up 1-0.
What an authoritative, what's the word? What a great victory there from Tassadar. He's looking so good in this tournament so far.
Oh yeah, I mean he's 2-0 everyone. He hasn't lost a map yet, and he's had a rough bracket too.
Can SWS make a comeback happen? That's the question.
I think he can, but he's got to. I feel SWS was playing that a little bit too scared.
Yeah.
Like with Blink
be more aggressive with this.
Blink Stalkers, you want to be on the map. You want to be, because imagine trying to cross the map when every time you hit an army with like 4 sentries, 1 Immortal, like a bunch of random units, right? Every time you step forward, there's 8 to 10 Stalkers, all shooting one of your units that like either halfway kills it and then they back away, and they keep doing that.
And you just pick them apart. You utilize the micro to get the damage done, but then staying away, not losing.
Yeah, with only 1 Immortal, there's not that much burst damage.
I think the main problem there was losing that initial Stalker. The pathing kind of messed up.
Well, the Oracle kept him pinned back.
Yeah, that's a really tough thing. Really cool build there from Tassadar. SWS, though, I think he can have what it takes. He has what it takes to potentially bring it back. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching coverage of the WCS America Qualifiers, trying to find out who's going to qualify for Season 3 of WCS America. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Game 2 between Tassadar and SWS.